This young New England Patriots player just got high praise from this NFL superstar. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. You already know. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, putting out New England Patriots content. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment below. It's training camp soon enough. It's going to be the NFL season, and we are going to be in full swing. So please do me that solid. Hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Now, the New England Patriots are in a joint practice right now with the Philadelphia Eagles. And in this video, we're going to talk more in depth about that as well. We're going to talk about the offensive line play, quarterback play, wide receivers, defense, all those different things. But first, the young buck that I'm talking about, your boy Christian Gonzalez, going up against A.J. Brown in one-on-one drills. And this is big. A.J. Brown is obviously one of the better wide receivers in the NFL. The Tennessee Titans, originally who he's with, are probably still feeling like idiots that they got rid of him, and they should have just paid him money, and because he was a gem. Steal, great player. And now they got to deal with Calvin Ridley and pay that man all that money. We'll see if he ends that contract. Who knows? Anyways, and best of luck to him. Why am I complaining? Anyways, A.J. Brown, they did one-on-one drills, and Christian Gonzalez went up against A.J. Brown. Christian Gonzalez won 2 of the 3 times they went up against each other, which is awesome. Again, against one of the better wide receivers in the NFL. You could argue easily top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. Now, when you look at this, Christian Gonzalez last year, rookie season, hurt early, but had a lot of potential, showed us a lot. And so now coming into this year fully healthy is going to be a dog. Now, A.J. Brown, what he had to say, he's a great player. I had him picked coming out as the best DB in the draft. A lot of analysts, experts, if you like to use that word, not a huge fan of that word, but experts said he was the best cornerback in the draft. I think most people would agree. He's a great player. He's a great worker. He gave me a good work today. So that's awesome to see that. Being able to see a great receiver, because a lot of times I feel like you look at specialty players, especially wide receivers, and I think back to players like T.O., Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, whatever you want to call them, and kind of almost, I don't want to use the word prima donnas, but in a way it's all about them. And so for a player like this to go out of his way and make this kind of claim is huge. So I think stock high for Christian Gonzalez. I know that a lot of us have already known that, but I'm incredibly excited to see him play this season. What do you think below about him? Obviously, he's going to be the number 1 quarterback playing that perimeter spot. So what do you think? Christian Gonzalez, dog. Next up, we're going to talk about the joint practice with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, before we get started, I just want to show you this clip because a lot of what I'm going to talk about isn't going to be the greatest stuff, isn't going to be necessarily always the most optimistic, but hang in there. During this video as well, this is when they were doing one-on-ones. This is Drake May to Jalen Polk. So this is just an easy 3-step drop, nice little fade route, and Jalen Polk gets a step on the quarterback right here, and boom. That is a very hard catch to make. He makes it look easy. Nice little celebration. Something to look forward to as Patriots fans is that connection right there, hopefully. As well, I'm going to give you one little bit of good news as well before we get into the more rough stuff. Brissett and Baker also made a pretty solid connection where Baker had a diving catch. Again, that was tight coverage. And so 2 young receivers, again, I put out a lot of content where we've talked wide receivers, especially when it comes to trade speculation, rumors, all these different things. Again, smartest thing to do, I feel like, for the Patriots is invest in these young receivers. Pop, I'm high on Pop. He's one guy in all my fantasy leagues. I'm not trying to be biased and get him too early, but I'm trying to get him at a great spot, if not for a bargain, because I feel like he is someone who can explode this year, especially in the slot. So that being said, we're going to talk offensive line first. The offensive line today in the joint practice was abysmal. I know, again, I'm usually a glass half full type of guy, but I'm just going to shoot you straight. Offensive line, everything I've read, all the videos I've seen, everything else, the Philadelphia Eagles took it to the New England Patriots offensive line. You know what they say, you don't bring a boy to the sawmill because they're just going to get hurt. That was the situation right there. It was rough. And so in turn, that made it rough for Brissett and May. Milton and Zappi, they got some reps towards the end, but really not any. It was mostly Brissett and May. May went 12 of 18, and then Brissett went 17 of 30 with 2 picks. Again, most of the time they were under pressure. It was rough. One of the bigger battles was Nwenu against Jalen Carter. If you don't remember Jalen Carter, the speedster, maybe tough topic, but yeah, that's him, young guy. This defense in general, a lot of Georgia players on there, very fast, very young. And so Jalen Carter was someone who dropped in the draft, continually just dropped that in the 2023 draft, the same draft as Christian Gonzalez. And so he continued to drop. And Eagles ended up drafting him, and honestly got a steal. A lot of people argued he could have been the best player in that draft, if not top 3. But again, that whole speeding incident, that crazy situation is the reason he went there. Anyways, that was a huge battle on the line, and a lot of times early on, Jalen Carter basically manhandled Nwenu. He had false starts. He was definitely beat off the ball, and Jalen Carter looked like a veteran out there playing against Nwenu. And Nwenu got into his own eventually, but again, there was other issues. There was other holes on the offensive line. Regardless who was playing tackle, Okorafor, Lowe, Anderson, Wallace, whoever it was, they were pressured. The pocket was collapsing, and it was horrendous. So again, it begs us to question it. We talked about all the trade speculations. Why in the world would Elliott Wolf be willing, again, we talk about when he looked at getting possibly Brandon Ayuk, why would he be willing to trade that first-round pick knowing the New England Patriots, and there's a lot of sentiment right now where people are talking about the Patriots may be the worst team in the NFL. I would disagree with that. I think there's much worse teams. The Panthers, the Broncos, I think the Raiders. But again, Patriots have a tough schedule. That being said, I think the Patriots, if they get most likely a top 10 pick, if not higher, they are going to get a tackle. And there are a couple tackles who are studs. So why in the world would he even think of trading away that just to get a wide receiver when there's no protection? Have mercy. And we've talked about that time and time again, where, again, that's the biggest question mark. Offensive line. Now, again, they've switched up a lot of parts on the line, so things have looked different, but still, you would think there would be a little more optimism there. Again, Wallace is young. Yes, I understand that. He's trying to figure out the NFL. But Nwenu, he's been there for a while. And Okorafor, come on now. You play tackle. You've been in the NFL. Like, come on, guys. And so the big question is, with the offensive line, who are the starters going to be? What is going to look like? I thought at one point we had it figured out. I do not think it's figured out now. So who do you think? Comment below. This might be a little harder comment to make, but who do you think the starting 5 offensive linemen are going to be? Comment below. Interested to see your take. We've gone over it before, but at this point, I'm just like, I'm not sure. Obviously, hopefully we'll get some more questions answered on Thursday when they do play the Eagles, but I'm also pretty nervous thinking what that game is going to look like if the joint practice has looked like this, with them going up 11 on 11 and the pocket collapsing and the quarterbacks being pressured and them not really being able to do anything. So comment below. What do you think on that? Now, as far as quarterback play, Brissett, again, and May both pressured a lot. May had a better passing percentage, 12 for 18. Brissett had the 2 interceptions. One, apparently, Austin Hopper, it was off his chest. He should have caught it, and it was picked off. Again, if it hits you in the hands or it's close, you got to be catching the ball. It's as simple as that. And so I don't know if you want to blame that one on Brissett. Regardless, 2 picks doesn't look great. So, again, I think we're going to get a lot of questions answered when it comes to this preseason game on Thursday night. Expect a video here. Just by the way, I'm going to try to put a video out early Thursday. So I'm not putting it out during the game because that is pretty stupid from my standpoint. Anyways, again, Baker, Polk had a pretty good game. I will also say this. One other thing I got to say, and I forgot about this. With Brissett and May, definitely with Brissett, because he got a majority of the snaps, you had a lot of times out there, you had Thornton, you had KJ Osborne, and those are guys that I don't think are going to be starters. So that's also another question too. Like why don't we have the starters out there? Again, you're trying to get these guys reps. Totally understand that, but it was, yeah, from everything I've looked at, everything I've seen, read, just abysmal. Now, on the flip side, you look at the defense. The defense played well. They got a lot of pressure, and so again, that's one thing we know we have to look forward to. So, takeaways: offensive line, have mercy. Shoot up some prayers for them. Hopefully something's figured out, because again, we understand football. Everything starts from the line. If we can't block, we're not going to be able to pass efficiently. We're not going to be able to run efficiently. So we're going to see how that goes. Van Pelt, you are in for a ride, my friend. Defensively, solid, looking good. Barmore, we'd love you back. And so hopefully we can figure something out quick on offense. Comment below. What's your thought about all this stuff on offense? And what are you looking forward to seeing on Thursday? Sounds good to me. All right, my name is Aaron. Hit that subscribe button. Sports Talk Patriots. I appreciate you. Peace.